In 1942, President Roosevelt signed a bill into law, legalizing the detainment of all citizens that were of Japanese descent. Over 100,000 people were picked up from their homes and put into these internments. It's hard to believe that less than a century ago, just 70 years, our government was capable of such tyranny. What made them feel the need to do such a thing? The answer is fear. At the time, the U.S. government and, thanks to the media, many of its citizens were convinced that Japanese Americans were conspiring to threaten the American way of life. It wouldn't be until 1988 when the government would release an official apology, acknowledging that throwing its citizens into camps was an unnecessary overreaction based on little to no proof. This is just one example of our government using hearsay evidence to make iron-fist laws. I, for one, am tired of it. It's the dawn of a new age, one where decision-making is based on logic, reasoning, and scientific data. It's time for American citizens to wake up and see the possibility of this tyranny going on today. It's going on when we're denied our right to use a miracle plant based on outdated fear campaigns and logic, just as in 1942. I think it's high time the U.S. government should legalize cannabis. Cannabis has a plethora of uses which can benefit our health, environment, and way of life. In a time when everyone's a health fanatic, let's first turn our attention to the many health benefits of cannabis. Oil coming from cannabis is an excellent source of omega-3, right up there with fish. And according to John Mintz of the Washington Post, foods deriving from marijuana have some of the highest protein and fiber content. Andrew Whale, a medical college professor at the University of Arizona, describes hemp oil to those suffering from autoimmunity and skin diseases, and he's even convinced by studies that suggest cannabis can help prevent cancer. He has dubbed it one of the most useful plants humans have ever discovered. Before its prohibition in 1937, marijuana was used in pharmacies. Its remedies were well known, publicly advertised, and widely prescribed, according to Gregory Jerdeman and Juan Sanchez Ramos of the St. Petersburg Times in Florida. Marijuana is an anti-inflammatory and an anticonvulsant, and can be useful when prescribed to cancer patients suffering from cachexia, a wasting disease known for completely diminishing its victim's appetite and therefore body weight. But our bodies aren't the only vessels that can benefit and revive itself from this miracle plant. The legalization of marijuana would save our environment. Hemp fiber takes a lot less time to grow than tree fiber. Trees take decades to grow, while hemp matures in a mere 100 days, according to Curtis Koster, IP's business technology manager. He goes on to say that this means hemp can yield 2 to 4 times as much fiber than wood can. Carolyn Morin, business owner of the Living Tree Paper Company, tries to incorporate hemp into her products as much as possible. Her whole platform is to save trees, according to Joe Harwood of the Eugene Register Guard. Did you know that hemp can also be made into fuel? It can offer a wide variety of fuel types, ranging from biodiesel to ethanol. The exhausts from these fuels are cleaner when compared to that of others. It's even been described as having a pleasant smell. It's non-toxic and biodegradable, according to Alana Kettler of CollectiveEvolution.com. Moving right along, hemp has an unbelievable amount of uses. Its use is as ancient as civilization, according to John Mintz of the Washington Post. Did you know that some of the first rope was made out of hemp? The Chinese invented some of the first fish net in 4500 BC, going on to make some of the first paper. Hemp was the #1 cash crop in America, Europe, and Asia from 1500 to 1800. The word canvas comes from the word cannabis. The evidence is all around us, people. Hemp has a superior fiber when compared to other fibers. It can be made into clothes, which last 10 years, compared to cotton's mere 5. According to Owen Serkas, textile professor at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. The fiber breathes better. It keeps you cooler in summer and warmer in winter, according to Giorgio Armani, owner of the famous brand. Other brands, such as Adidas, Calvin Klein, and Ralph Lauren, are soon to be following suit in their incorporation of hemp into their products. Today, I've presented you the facts about marijuana. Legalizing cannabis can benefit our health, save our environment, and become a renewable vital raw material. It is for these reasons I believe the government should legalize cannabis. So join me in the fight, to be above the fear, above the lies, above the BS. Be a cut above the rest. Join me in the fight to being higher than most.